This man is a statesman of international repute, a scholar of deep insight, a pan-African diplomat whose global engagements have consistently elevated Ghana's image. Can we give him a round of applause? If there is anyone capable of navigating a process that is politically sensitive and that is historically significant, it is Dr. Spio Garbrah. Under his guidance, his effort stands a far greater chance of processing from rhetoric to international recognition of this particular agenda. Yet I remain realistic. Repatriations will not be achieved overnight. They will not be delivered through mere declarations. They will not be secured without the strategic diplomacy and coordinated African unity. And they will not succeed unless Africa and its diaspora speak with one moral voice. Would you speak with one moral voice? Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, we must also recognize that repatriations are not only financial. They include restoration of dignity, identity, and historical memory, return of stolen artifacts, cultural heritage, economic restructuring and development partnerships, truth-telling and value, and public acknowledgement, healing and reconciliation of all African people. Traditional leaders must therefore become champions of memory, guardians of truth, and pillars of healing. Our voice carries ancestral legitimacy. Our institutions hold moral weight, and our communities remain the living recipients of Africa's spiritual heritage. Finally, to our sons and daughters of the diaspora, Ghana welcomes you home, not as visitors, but as family. Yeah, Bake. Your journey back to the land of your ancestors completes the cycle, interrupted by history, but restored by destiny. Say, I'm restored by destiny.
Restored by destiny.
You are the 17th region of Ghana. Your brilliance, your resilience, and your global influence are essential to Africa's renaissance. As we deliberate in the days ahead, let us remember that the journey towards repatriations is a journey towards truth, towards justice, towards unity and healing. It is a journey that Ghana is proud to lead under the guidance of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the stewardship of the Global Office of Repatriation. May God guide us. May our ancestors guide us. May our unity strengthen us, and may justice prevail for all African people who have gone through this period.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Nii Tekite Kochu II, Ghana. Thank you. Which gives way to our very first panel, aptly titled Discussions on Reclaiming the African Future, the Quest for Reparative Justice and Healing. Ladies and gentlemen, this panel will be moderated by His Excellency Ekol Spio Garbrah, Presidential Special Envoy for Reparations. And he will be joined by his panelists, Professor A.C. Sutherland Addy, academic, writer, educationist, human rights activist, and a strong and powerful woman. We all like to think of her as our big sister. His Excellency Spio Garba will also be joined by the U.S. Civil Rights Attorney and Advocate for Social Justice in the person of Mr. Benjamin Crump. Also joining this panel is the head of the African Union ECOSOC Secretariat, Ambassador William Carew. And last, definitely not the least, we're joined by the managing editor of the Insight newspaper and director of Pan-African Television, Comrade Kwesi Pratt Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our exceptional panelists, led by our moderator, His Excellency Ekor Spio Garba, once again, who is the Presidential Special Envoy for Reparations. Please warmly welcome our discussants.